So this idea of human agency as an enduring skill to cultivate, I'm curious if you could just talk a little bit more about this notion of human agency, and then what are practical things that people can do to cultivate this in ourselves? What are some day-to-day things that you would recommend?
It's a topic I've been thinking about for like quite a few months now, and I'm really starting to see some articles surface about it, which is interesting. But I think about agency as like our inner drive to be proactive, to kind of take the reins and have some sense of control in our direction and in the work that we're doing. And underneath agency, I mean, there's some psychology models that are really relevant here, but underneath it, I think is this idea of intrinsic motivation as well as being something that's propelling us. And then I think agency is also really critical to our well-being. So if we're operating in a place where we like our sense of agency is deteriorating, I think our well-being is going to deteriorate as well. So that's how I would define agency. And I think why it's important now more than ever is one, I mean, if we think about our junior team members, they're kind of entering into a workplace environment. The apprenticeship scaffolding is eroding. So they're not getting the experiences that help them build capabilities. And their managers are probably swirling and overwhelmed. And so they're probably getting messages like, be proactive, step up, like I like to say, own your impact, you know? But how do you do that if you don't have a compass or a North Star or the muscles to help you navigate the uncertainty? And then I also think as we're delegating more decisions to AI, our own sense as leaders, our own sense of agency and I mean, I was just reading about this today in a HBR article that like leaders feel less agency and it's causing a real leadership crisis. But it's great that we notice that agency is something that we need. I took it one step further to really think about like, so what does it mean to cultivate agency and how do you start and how might that look different for different people? Because I think of like conventional wisdom of like, just go build something, just go do it. And that never resonated to me, like with me, that driver mentality.
Mhm.
And so I've been thinking a lot about like the different energies or archetypes of agency. Things like, you might be a disciplined builder who likes to construct things, like really kind of source things, build a plan, see it through execution in a steady way. You might be a curious explorer that's out there uncovering ideas. You might be a systemic sense maker, which I relate to a lot, which is like I'm exploring, but I'm also trying to bring them into a cohesive whole before I can create. And you might be somebody who thrives on social collaboration. And so you need like the human to human interaction in order to kind of get your first step going and get momentum going. Or you might be a rapid creator. So somebody who needs to like just do things, put it out there, see how it lands, see what people think. Those are different, I think, energies for taking the first step.
Mhm.
Like really your work probably involves all of them, but what's your starting point? And if you can understand yourself, think about your strengths, think about what you gravitate to, taking that first step is usually enough to just get juices flowing and momentum going where you can get out of a sense of paralysis.